Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Terrence Bud Crawford, perhaps the pound-for-pound king. 5 foot. Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed three-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a four-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
So we've seen their stats, we've seen their history, we've seen the walk, we've seen the crowd. Now, all what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
And there's the bell for round one. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your corner man whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Perfect counter lands. No rest for the weary. This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice shot with the left. No rest for the weary. Nice counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation. The bell for round 5. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive. Nice counter shot. Crawford in trouble. How did they survive that? This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That left counterpunch will score. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Through the hook, didn't land. Got out of the way of that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Crawford got hit hard, and down he goes. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that. Here we go in the 6th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Left counter scores. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Great counter right hand there. Nope, that hook won't score. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? This is certainly an aggressive fighter, but that doesn't always mean success. How many times have you seen a fighter chase a superior athlete around the ring and just get picked apart, even though they were the one pushing the tempo?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
This fighter realizes that defense is one of the scoring criteria in boxing. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. There's the bell to start round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. That counter shot lands. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. Crawford may be ready to go down. And that's exactly where he doesn't need to be. Thought we were going to see the finish there. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. They both want the knockout. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Oh, and they just got their bell rung.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight was...
Crawford's legs are all over the place. Looks like they've shaken it off. Counter-punching. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
And you're a very close round with 10 seconds to go. Nice offensive display, landing that left counter. That bell could not. And we enter the 8th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get...
Terrence Crawford just got rocked. This guy certainly has a huge chin. I thought we were going to see the finish there. Defense is not an option for these two. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Counter right. That hook doesn't score. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. That's a scoring left hand. Beautiful counter shot. The winner of this surely will get a world. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. He is down big time on the spot. And we enter the 9th. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
There's a right hand. Just gets out of the way of that left hand. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Todd, we know one of these fights can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
Catch and shoot. They score with that left hand. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That was... It's round 10. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. many of the people in the division hit like them. And a counter left. Nice counter shot with the right hand. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
There's a counter shot. Catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. It's all offense all the time. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. And he just missed with that left jab. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
He misses with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have... There's the bell to start round 11. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for...
Crawford in trouble. Bud Crawford is on the canvas. So they'll make it up, and this fight continues. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful. No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Punch, counter punch. Couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge. To the 12th. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Good counter-punching for both these athletes. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
It's obvious this fighter is gassed out. Why sit in there and throw punches? One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
He misses with that jab. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
You know, Terrence Crawford just got rocked.
Oh, I heard that, never by saw it.
Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see